setup here as we are going into game number 1. It's going to be the battle of aggression here, Nerf. Let's see how it goes down.
Yeah, I mean, Roy obviously having really, really great airspeed, being able to get in as soon as possible against a character who has I think a varied playstyle. You don't have to just play back with Bowser Jr., even though that might be what some people think of on its face. You still have the hands to throw up close range, and I mean, Roy's going to be able to use the disjoint as best as you can, but you've got the same on Bowser Jr.'s side.
Yeah, it's all about juggles, right? But here we go, going back to the ledge, starting off here, and now Pyro's going to have to find a way in. The down tilt is a great idea. Has Mecha Koopa out for the assist here, but Guap seems to understand the positioning, finds the forward air, going up for the abandoned ship, not going to be able to find anything, so we're going back to neutral.
And that's the thing, you can force out some of these early up specials from Guap because you want to drop that abandoned ship and then use that as an ultimatum, essentially. You have to go high or get hit. Now, this time, it feels like Pyro is on the wrong end of this edge guard, stuck below ledge, could not get back even with the up special.
Yeah, that's a little bit tough, right? Because we know Bowser Jr. does have a couple of ways to get back to stage using things like side special and the up special, but especially when you lose that card, it's exponentially a little bit more difficult here, but finds a couple of nairs here as Guap still controlling center stage really well in the juggle game, also very respectful, but also very fluid from Guap.
Right, Guap keeping this tentative lead as of right now, getting some good damage here on the ledge, now forcing that double jump out of Pyro, sees the Mecha Koopa pass over his head and just doesn't really react, doesn't have to do too much, lets that go on this very long stage. There's no way for it to come back around and really threaten you at that point. It only has a fixed range.
We're seeing such a slow and patient center here from both players here as Guap's going to try and line up for the edge guard, but there is all that heavy armor on the cart from Pyro here. So we do have Mecha Koopa out controlling the platform, but now what are we going to do here? Finds the toss now, abandoned ship, not going to be enough just yet, but beautiful side special from Guap to get back onto center stage here. And once again, they're controlling center stage extremely well, getting in a lot of extra credit damage here. Doesn't read the air dodge all the way, but no tag and the get up attack. Gonna bail Pyro out of potentially losing another stock as the side special are going to take their own.
Yeah, finally losing the first stock. I mean, 150 for a character like Roy. It's the evasiveness that I think Guap was using to the maximum against Pyro in that first stock, staying alive. And I think that mixing up the timings and the recoveries was a really big key here. So as of right now, still struggling to get this stock off the top. Even on lower ceilings like PS2, you're still not going to be able to get it. And Bowser Jr., surprisingly hefty. The cart really has a lot of weight.
Absolutely, but the problem is Roy is so mobile, Nerf, that every single time we can read exactly where we're going. Up smash is a good way to start here, but great parry from Guap here. Finds the first nair, gets the regrab as well. And it's the tenacity, right, of all of these interactions, understanding, you know what, I've lost my turn. I'm going to go back and read you again. Beautiful jab into the air dodge read forward smash here. First game going on over to Guap very well.
Wow, excellent call out. You know, that was something that I was noticing in the first game. We're seeing a lot of panic air dodges from Pyro. A lot of these American air dodges back to ledge, back down, either to the side or straight vertically down. And this time, we're finally getting a right read. Guap sets it up, runs back, and charges that forward smash. Very nice finish.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, it comes down to the just, you know what, I've lost my turn. I'm going to wait for the aggression to kind of come and try again. Ultimate has become this weird game of chicken, right? Where we're either pushing full advantage state or we're backing ourselves into the corner and saying, you know what, when you come to me, I'm ready for the option. It just seemed like Guap had every option read, right? Especially in the last stock where you're getting your reads, but also just going on ahead and saying, you know what, my turn in neutral is over. I know you're going to charge at me again. That's what Bowser Jr. does really well. I'll just wait for the optimal punish and go. Yeah,
the disengage is going to be, I think, really important for both players to kind of grasp in this next one, because he who swings first will lose, and I think that is just the nature of some of these with punish-esque characters. I mean, I think Bowser Jr. has a little bit more variety in ways to get in and winning the neutral with the projectiles. We saw a lot of really good coverage on the platform where you drop Mecha Koopa on the platform, then you do a short hop, do the neutral special, and then you launch the cannonball. That was something that really caught in some of those aggressive jump-ins from Guap. You need to see more of that.
Yeah, like where you're going with that one, Nerf. See how exactly the stage counter pick is going to come into play here. I need to see more of those up air chains coming out from Pyro here, right? Bowser Jr. also juggles really well, as well as Roy here, but we are going to Town and City here, so we're going to get a little bit more space. We were talking about this reset a little bit. You will definitely have the room to do it here, but here we go. Once again, guap finding beautiful positioning and having all of the time in the world to get all of these beautiful space strings across the stage.
So two things are already happening here in game number 2. The first is that guap is like playing that slight wait and then going for that whip punish. Yet again, we're still going for the same thing. But this is a Town and City stage, and I think this is going to make this matchup more volatile. We've already seen how difficult it is to get away from Roy, but a 0 to death to start off game 2. It feels like this is guap's home stage right now.
That's the thing, right? If it's one thing that guap did really well, it was wait for the turn and then find the combo accordingly, right? Reading out so many of these air dodges back to stage, finding the grab, and then just getting these 1-2 pieces conversion, and then say, you know what, I'll wait for you to come back to stage so we can do this all again. Has Mech Koopa in hand, going to be able to throw, reads the jump, but doesn't able to find the backer to do it here. Trying to find more of these decisive finishers here, but still, Pyro's going to have the chance to just back up, reset, find neutral when he wants to.
Yeah, a couple sour spots here, not helping guap really get any headway on this second stock. And still, we get a nice grab on the ledge, not going to do too much, just a quick force off with the forward throw. And then with the platform, I was expecting Pyro to kind of go high, but we end up just going straight to ledge. This is tough, though, when you go for those kind of telegraphed side specials like that. Guap is going to be ready, and this time with a Blazer.
Yeah, absolutely. Holding shield not only just stopped all of the hitboxes on Bowser Jr., but also stopped the Mech Koopa as well here. Yep. But here we go. This is where guap is so comfortable finding these strong hit up airs, and even just the call out as well here. Pyro on their last stock here in winners, potentially could be going down to losers. Guap potentially also getting this 3 stock right here. What a way to start the block. Super armor from the cart, going to be able to break the edge guard just a little bit here. But look, guap, once again, understanding, waiting, cannot find the free fall here to get the punish here, but still, it's a big stage. Will that F-tilt do it? And with small sides of Town and City will do. And that is going to be guap winning 2-0 with a 3 stock on top. What a way to start the block nerf. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually kind of like an interesting way to finish it because that wasn't an aerial approach. That was actually all grounded. The run-up, stop the dash into the F-tilt. Not an easy thing to do for you know, every other player out there, but we definitely got the tech on lock, so good stuff. I mean, a good finish, and I think the shield discipline was really helpful for guap because, I mean, you saw how many times the side special from Bowser Jr. would hit the shield. You have to wait. You don't want to really go too hard in the paint after that because you just have to, like, wait your turn. Again, it goes back to, like, knowing what's safe and what's not, and especially when you have your out-of-shield options as Roy. Like, you definitely know you got to, like, take the next one. Okay, I'll take this one on the chin, and then we'll come back and win neutral next time. And honestly, it was a really, really clean 2-0. So very nice stuff to guap.
Yeah, it comes down to discipline at the end of the day, right? Right. When you're constantly just throwing out buttons, your opponent's going to read your favorite buttons and then punish you accordingly. And I think that's just what we saw in center stage. But you would think that bigger stages would help, but Town and City, small signs, you know, it's really hard to say.
I was not sure about the Town and City pick from the get-go, and I told you that. And then he was just like, yep, we know that this is a great Roy stage. And of course, it's great for Bowser Jr. You have a lot of great things. But in the same vein that we saw the length of the stage really kind of hinder you in game 1 at PS2, taking it to Town and City, I felt like it just got things, it made things worse.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Nerf, here's my favorite.